What's up, guys? Today's a very special episode. We're going to start off with introducing our guest. Today is going to be Mike. What's up, Mike?
Yo, what's up?
Now, for those who don't know, Mike is Nick's coworker. They work together, and he's a good friend of Nick. So, Mike, just introduce yourself. Tell us more about you. How'd you get into gaming and stuff like that?
What's up? So I've been gaming for a while, 20 plus years, mainly PC, but I got the switch to Xbox, not PlayStation. Sorry, guys. Pleasure to be here. Been listening to the podcast, a bunch of episodes. Love what you guys are doing. So just thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you're in enemy territory. Talk about some Xbox.
Oh!
we don't like
calm
your
down,
comp.
20.
We don't like your
calm
comp,
down,
bro.
2080.
I didn't buy it.
2080.
It was given to me.
We don't want to expose the Xbox pictures you gave us, so calm down. So, Mike is in here, so we're just gonna get right to it. Let's start with the whole Nintendo partner direct thing that we got going on in February. What's up with that? Did you guys like what you seen?
I didn't like a lot that was actually in there, to be honest with you. I just don't understand why Nintendo constantly always has to, fucking lower our expectations for each direct they come out. Like, you know what I mean? Because there was already stuff that already came out, like Grounded, obviously the 4 games that are supposed to be on there from Xbox.
Yeah, that's why this partner showcase, because they're showing who they're working with is bringing to the Switch.
Right.
That was corny so far.
It's still corny, yeah.
I like Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance. I like that, but I'm not getting that on the Switch. This is now on other consoles. I'm getting that on PC. Fuck that. But
that looks good. That's what stood out to me.
Yeah.
The only thing that stood out to me was Sword Art.
Was what?
Yeah,
Sword Art.
Sword Art? Are you a fan of Sword Art? Jesus Christ.
No,
I'm
all right.
I'm playing around. I mean, I used to watch Sword Art back in the day. That looked interesting. There are already Sword Art games on the Switch. I never played any of them. So you'll have to let me know how those are, honestly. I've never played a Sword Art game, actually. I'm assuming it plays like the show portrays video games to be, I guess. I don't know.
Honestly, I'm not even excited for anything, because I can
Really?
play all that shit on the fucking Steam Deck. Like,
Not even, man. What a good.
I could play Super Monkey Ball on the PlayStation. Like, yeah, I'm good. I'm good at playing old games that I already have or played. Like, I'm good. Got plenty of multiplayer games to get into.
So this all aren't
Possible.
indie games, right? They're not indie games, right? Because
No, these are all these are all pretty big games. Well-known games, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Wasteland from the Mickey Mouse game, Epic Mickey Mouse painter thing.
I thought
Yeah,
that one was pretty cool. Like, it looked pretty aesthetic. Like, I like the aesthetics of it, obviously.
Yeah, this time.
That is a remake of an older version, though.
Yeah,
Right.
Really?
Yeah, it's an old game. It's called Rebrushed, because they're redoing it and remaking the Mickey game.
Very, very, very.
But see,
funny.
that's the problem that we're having with Nintendo. It's that we want something new being brought to the table. Like, why do we feel like we can't do that? You see what I'm saying? Like, we
feel
always
you.
been having
No,
this
I
problem.
feel you, but Nintendo fanboys, again, people may hate me for saying this, but are like dumb as shit. I mean,
Yes, no,
yourself in
you're
a way.
right. You're right.
I mean, include myself sometimes, yes, but like, I just feel like maybe say 5% at the top. But I mean, like, I was thinking, like, I think this is just backs up the case that the Switch 2 needs to hurry up and come, or whatever the hell they're going to call it. Switch 2 needs to hurry up and come, because, like, I feel like this is a pretty dry. It was a pretty dry direct. Only thing that interesting to me. I mean, South Park Snow Day looks interesting. What kind of game is that? What is that?
Snow Day.
That
Yeah.
seems like the fractured butthole.
I think so.
It's not. It's not like turn based. It's It's kind of like, you ever played Plants vs Zombies warfare thing.
Okay, I got
Think
you.
of it like that.
Okay, all right, okay, yeah.
You're literally just running around doing like game modes, throwing snowballs at each other.
right. I mean, we are in the, I guess you could say, twilight years or twilight months of the Switch. So really, honestly, they're going to be like winding down on big game releases. I'm not even sure what Nintendo has up their sleeve to get anymore. And I haven't lost hope for Metroid Prime 4, but I do know that's not coming to the Switch. That's going
Bro,
to be,
why are we still talking about that?
that's definitely
Like,
that's
why
a
are we
cross-gen
talking
title.
about
That's a cross-gen title. That's not coming to the Switch.
Aaron, I
only.
forgot. I totally forgot. Yo, you've been doing pretty good with not bringing it up, but like it's been a while, man. It's been a while.
I was just fresh out of high school when that game was announced. It is
well.
now my birthday passed. I'm 27 years old. You know how long ago that was when that game was announced?
That
I
shit
guess
doesn't
enough.
exist anymore.
It's vaporware. It's vaporware, and that's unfortunate because I won't lie. That's one of the reasons why I got a Switch. I won't lie. That's one of the reasons why I got a Switch.
I was watching the trailer again to the direct thing, and I think I would get into the Ender Magnolia. That looks pretty dope.
Yeah, what is that?
I don't know.
In the Magnolia, it looked pretty decent. It looked pretty good.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the weird puppet looking versions of the game, like those 2D games that they're like kind of stiff when they're running. They look like a phone game or some shit.
Yeah,
but I just kind of like how the shadow thing comes, like the spirit comes out of her and attacks and stuff. So, but I feel like I can get this game on anything, honestly.
Yeah, nah.
That's the issue. Then they have no exclusives.
Yeah, I mean, none of these. I don't think any of these was exclusive. Like, not even the Shin Megami Tensei. That's coming to everything.
No, because it wasn't a straight direct for Nintendo. It was a partner showcase.
I mean, there've been good partner showcases before. This one was really lackluster to me. I guess it's worth mentioning that they have some Rareware games coming to the Switch. You know, Rare.
Yeah.
No, I think what was it? Killer Instinct. And what else? Like was it
Donkey? It was like Donkey Kong, right?
Yeah, and Blast Corps.
Yeah.
Not Blast Corps. Jet Force Gemini. If anyone ever played Jet Force Gemini, I don't know if we had 64 back in the day, but Jet Force Gemini.
I had 64, but I didn't play that shit.
Oh, you really like
yeah, I didn't play it. I didn't play it either.
Now I was playing Pokemon Stadium.
Oh wow, you had a sad childhood. But no, I guess
I wouldn't say all that.
I wouldn't say all that. I mean,
Pokemon Stadium was that shit.
It really was. No, it was. He's right. That was pretty good.
Aaron, as usual, you're the outlier here. So
carry on. Outlier. But no, that's pretty cool. I mean, that opens up the door to like other games that we thought Nintendo probably wouldn't be able to release. But I guess Golden Eye technically did that too. But that would be the only two things that interest me, honestly. I mean, granted, I'm not a Nintendo Switch online subscriber because I don't play my Switch, and plus, I like not being bent over a barrel by their prices. So,
I mean, I stopped being a subscriber like since last year.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't subscribe to that. So, but plus, and I no.
Well, because you're not really getting any benefits for being a subscriber.
Yeah,
like,
no,
it's like there's nothing to offer on their platform. Like,
and by the way, I mean, I get this. Not everybody. This is just me. Maybe it's just me. But I mean, I do sell the high seas if you catch my drift. So
yeah,
so
I got it.
Yeah, I see y'all all got it actually. So I mean, plus I'm not paying a monthly subscription for this. I'm not, like, come on, I bought these games before. You know what I mean? And plus,
you have the original copies of the games.
Yeah, I have the original copies. I'm not getting that. Like, what? No. But I mean, overall, pretty tame direct, I guess. Not even tame. If I had to give it a score out of 10, it'd probably be like a 5. Honestly,
that's being generous.
That's generous. What would you get it?
Like a 3.
Jesus.
Damn.
Yeah, I guess nothing interests you, did it?
No, not really.
Damn.
I mean, there's games that I've already played or seen, and then there's new games that are just not that interesting.
Yeah, there is a lot on there that I'm seeing that it's not really interesting either.
Like if you really look back at the list, it's like, what the fuck was this direct for? That was a waste of space on YouTube.
It was. Unfortunately, then they have this Endless Ocean game, which apparently was a cult classic. I don't remember playing that shit at all, and I had a Wii. So, I mean,
we all had a Wii.
I mean, it's one of those. It's one of the Call of Duty declassified moments.
Exactly.
Did we actually remember playing this? But yeah, I mean, who played this? I mean, I'm sure people will love it, but and for a partner direct, I was expecting something else. I was expecting something from Capcom, like their actual partners, something like that.
I was expecting some like new shit, like
I was, but like
surprise us. What are you doing?
like I said, they got all their big releases out already. Zelda's out already. Mario's out already. I think we reached the end of third party because like now, people are starting to graduate to only releasing their games on next gen. So I think we're going to start seeing a lot less of Switch releases from like publishers nowadays.
I feel like the only thing is that Nintendo's starting to realize or hasn't realized that they're no longer the only handheld anymore.
I mean, yeah.
I feel like they're struggling coming to terms with that.
Because really, like if you be technical, they don't have anything but their first parties now.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it now, the whole handheld TV thing doesn't, go to them only anymore. You know what I mean?
Nah, not anymore. Not only anymore.
So what else do you have to offer? You got to start coming out with more first party games or new IPs for your system.
You do.
That'll be the day.
I mean, we'll see. Like I said, it's winding down. I'm sure we'll hear something of the Switch 2 soon, which would be insane if we don't. I mean, honestly. But like the Switch is still, and this killed me, honestly, that the Switch was still the second best selling console in the United States. So it's beating out, and this isn't the shit on Xbox, so don't think that. It's not that. It's beating out the Series X, which is insane. That's a new console. That's insane. So it's beating that out. And I'm just like, Jesus Christ. I mean, it's not beating the PS5 out.
Or the two.
Yeah. But, I mean,
there's a lot of.
I'm not talking about overall best selling. I'm talking about like what's currently selling per month.
Right now,
yeah.
They're
So,
at the top right now. Yeah.
There's a lot of kids in this world, man.
No. But that's the thing. Like some people buy double Switches. Other people buy 3 Switches. My parents buy it for their.
Other YouTubers
kids.
buy like 12 different Switches.
Yeah, because YouTubers are dumb. Obviously, I don't know why you want the Animal Crossing edition, but yeah.
I mean, we're on YouTube, so
that's the one Don got.
But yeah, I mean that's it for me on that one. I guess it was a pretty tame direct, honestly. So I guess, or maybe in Danny's words, a little less than tame. It was a dog put out to suffer. So
Jesus.
Hey man, you spiritually said that to me.
Okay, telepathically. So does anybody like have any games that they're excited for? Like anybody else other than me and Aaron?
Me and Aaron.
So I'm going to go ahead and say I'm going to rate it probably like 5 really, because there's just not a lot that's actually really interesting me. Like
you motherfuckers being too nice. Yeah, being too nice.
I have to be the nice guy because I feel like all the effort into putting into these terrible games, but still like
they're not all terrible. Hold up.
Most of them.
They're not terrible. They're just already played or
already made
systems.
Yeah. And the thing is, what a bad kind of way to start the first quarter is basically what I'm saying. Like. You know what I mean? Like not really looking forward to what else are they going to line up? You know what I mean? So
saving for Switch 2?
What's that?
They're saving for Switch 2. You think they're saving some of the releases?
Oh yeah, definitely.
I do think that they're saving for Switch 2, but it's like that could be a possibility. But I still feel like a lot of the games that are currently on the regular Switch are still going to be ported over to that, or that you're still going to be able to play it. You know what I mean? So I still feel like I feel like, yes, you are right, but we probably won't see any of that maybe until like next year or even far future.
Yeah, at the closest we'll see that is probably end of summer, I think.
Right, exactly. And that
more about the Switch or the Switch too.
More about the Switch too.
More about the Switch too. Yeah,
but I'm like November.
I say no. Yeah, I say either
like when these next gen PS5 Pro and that's coming out.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Probably could be waiting for that.
Yeah, that is a good point. But I honestly think that they just didn't have enough. Like, they have a good select, like they have a good listing right here, but not just, obviously for the people who already played it. A lot of these games aren't really like multiplayer based. Obviously, that's Nintendo. It's more like family friendly, a lot of these games, or just like, just kind of a pickup and
South Park.
Yeah.
Not Shin Megami Tensei either. That's not the anyone either. That's questionable. But I know what you mean though.
Yeah, but but only out of those two, what do we got?
Right.
You know what I
got
mean?
you.
So that's what I mean. Like that's it's almost like So I still give it a 5, obviously, just because like, you know, I'm just being nice.
Yeah.
Like,
Dante?
so
Yeah, I give it a 4. It's like only looking forward to Shin Megami Tensei. You know, I always
That's like
wanted
the
to
only
get into that game. So that's about it. Like as far as like all the other consoles, like I feel it pretty much the same. Like when the PlayStation did their showcase and the Xbox, it's pretty much like they all 3 of them showed like the same games that they already showed last year.
Yeah,
So
they did.
So it's pretty much. I feel like this is just like the warm up the year, and it's just to hold off people until they really show their stuff during like the summertime showcase or whatever. So, but yeah, like you guys said, they're probably holding back most of their stuff for the Switch too. So
yeah, but it's almost like you want to bait the audience though. You want to try to give them something to expect this year from them. We always like us as the gaming community, we always have already this expectation where it's like when Nintendo drops a direct, it's almost like, oh, it's the same shit. Another Mario, another Princess Peach.
Yeah,
like,
there's very few of them for me.
Like-
Anyway, have surprised me. Like when Metro Dread was in one of them things, I was like,
yeah,
yes,
but I would take 4 right now. I would rather take 4
Yeah,
at this point.
feel
But
you.
as far as like everything else that was kind of showcased on this one, it was like, it's not really like you want to give the audience kind of something to be prepared for like 2014, like 2024. You know what I mean? So it's like kind of like, all right, we're starting off bad.
Yeah.
You know?
Mike, you rating?
I'm with you. I'm like a 2 or a 3. There's only 4 games that stuck out to me. It was I like the Battlefront Classic Collection.
that was
And
interesting.
plus-
I almost forgot about that.
Yeah, but like
Oh,
you
the
said,
Star
you can
Wars,
play
right?
that on anything.
Yeah.
That's not for them. The South Park stuck out to me because that's not like their normal family friendly MMO. And then the Sword Art Online I already talked about, but like the nostalgic for me, the Gundam Breaker 4, it's kind of like nostalgic. I watched Gundam when I was younger, Toonami. You know, like that kind of stuck out to me. Like I'm 50-50 on that. I might get it, I might not. Like it's still like nothing really popped out to me in that made me say like, oh, I gotta go get this.
All right, I like your rating. It's mine.
It's like
I'm like a
it's
little
working. It's
pessimistic.
working.
Yeah. Angel.
I don't think I'm going to be able to rate it. Because if I do, it'll be something low just because I'm not.
Do what
really
you got to do, bro.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
but hold on, Angel
No-
don't
no
even
fear.
play Switch. He don't play Nintendo games. Hold on, he can't rate it.
That's a fair point. You're right.
That's-
Exactly.
Yeah.
If I can't rate Sony games, then I'm still rate them damn.
I was
Sony
gonna say
games.
you rate Sony games all the time.
I mean, go ahead, Angel. Rate it anyway.
Like, but
Rate
you
it
can still
anyway.
as if, let's say, if you had a Switch, is there any games on there that you like that you would want to play?
Can't say that I do.
I'm just-
I'd say the only thing that probably would have stuck out to me was probably like something like the Star Wars game. But outside of that, everything else is kind of like, I guess you could say it's being overdone. Like we've got like a million Mario games. Like how many more do we necessarily need? You know what I mean?
Nintendo
Like,
fans,
Tell-
fans will play.
Tell us how you really feel.
Yeah, tell us how you really feel.
honestly, I think, like I said, I think it's overdone. It was the same thing with Call of Duty. That's why I stopped playing it. Like after a while, it just gets repetitive. It's the same shit all over again.
So like a 2 or 3.
Yeah, basically.
So 2 or 3. That's fair enough. All right.
I feel like
Nintendo
people.
fans will play
you-
a cardboard box if it had Mario.
Well, you know how the fans are gonna be. They're gonna be like, "Oh, you guys are judging it too harsh." I mean, you guys are being too harsh on it. Well, I mean,
Nah, I
honestly,
mean,
guys, like,
Yeah, my
From
favorite
my
thing is
perspective,
when they
it's-
go. When I'm on Twitter and they be like, "Well, it's a part of the direct. What did you expect? They told you what to expect."
Also,
Shut the fuck
audience,
up.
remember this is just our opinions, and everybody's opinion is different. Everybody feels different about it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But 2, 3, whatever. That's what I'm giving it.
Not to mention
there
that,
we
like,
go.
I don't even play Nintendo. I'm rating this based off of just opinion.
Yeah. What are you saying, Don?
So I seen everybody having a hoopla over monkey balls. I guess that was like a real popular.
Yeah,
game.
Aaron's definitely getting hype over monkey balls.
I love. Okay, hold up. Wait a minute. You gotta take that S out. All right, man. Yeah.
it's a
All
game.
right, so let's move on to the next one. Let's talk about the PS4, PS5 Pro versus the next gen Xbox. So now, I want to talk about some of like what do you guys think? Since PlayStation is going to a Pro version, and then
Xbox
we heard
is
about
just going straight.
Yeah, Xbox is going straight to like the next generation. You know what I mean? So they're skipping like their pro version or whatever. So how do you guys feel about that? What do you guys think?
I mean, I think go ahead, Aaron.
I wouldn't say.
No, you got it, Angel. Go ahead.
All right, so I wouldn't say like. It's more like a question. Like, do you guys think that Xbox is even ready to go straight to the next system?
Fuck
They're
no.
Microsoft. They could do whatever the fuck they want.
But it doesn't mean that they're ready.
So, like,
It does not mean that.
do
Bro,
whatever they want, but it doesn't.
This whole
work.
rumor shit was all over the place.
Yo, that rumor shit was wild, man.
Well, because we really
you're gonna make Xbox. You're not gonna make an Xbox.
well because we really were under the assumption, like, and even it's like what's his name? He had to come out. The president. What's his name? I always forget his name. He's
Phil Spencer.
Yeah, Phil Spencer. Yeah, he had to come out and actually address those rumors because obviously
that's crazy.
Because he was like, wait. It's not true, guys. It's not going to happen, you know. But the fact that everybody actually did believe it because how bad they're doing, you know what I mean? Like that's why it was so believable. But
well, we kind of talked about that they were kind of going downhill, like
we
were waiting for Starfield. Remember, we were waiting for Starfield. And we were like, they're putting too much into this game.
Yeah,
and like they're just gonna flop. Yep. It didn't technically flop though. It wasn't a terrible game.
It was a success.
Yeah, it was a success, but you know,
it was just
kind of
everybody's expectations were way too high because of the.
Oh yeah, it was way too high for that game.
Right,
it's literally just Fallout in space,
bro. It's literally quiet right now. It's quiet right now for Starfield.
It's like, so true. He said like Fallout in space
because like you know it could be like a quote unquote success. But like, if you're constantly hyping up something to like the degree that they were doing that with Starfield, people are going to have like a certain expectation going into the game because of how much hyped it got. Well, I'm sorry, how much hype it got. Just for you know.
Can I throw an example out there?
Have fun.
Anthem.
That's different.
I can't say
Anthem is by EA. Come on now,
it doesn't matter. But they,
I mean,
EA did good with Jedi Survivor and Jedi Fallen Order.
No, but EA's subsidiaries do
but
good with
EA,
their games, not EA the company.
EA still. That's what
I'm
saying.
on, man. Don't do this. Don't do it, man. No.
They had so much potential and so much with Anthem. It was a good game for the little bit of time that it had.
And
they decided not to do anything about it.
Right.
They didn't add any updates. They didn't do any, patches after whatever last patch they did. They didn't fix anything. They didn't add any more. It was just dead. Like they didn't care about it. And I feel like if they would have taken care of Anthem, like CD Projekt does with Cyberpunk, we would have still been fucking playing Anthem right now. I would have still been playing Anthem right now.
Yeah,
that's
facts.
I mean,
that game had fucking potential, dude.
It did.
I think that's the most disappointing part about it is like when you play a game and you can see the potential that it has and it just doesn't live up to it.
Yeah, it sucks. Like that other game, it was kind of like a Fortnite. It was Spellbreak. They cut the servers off because for what? I don't even know.
Wait, were you guys that disappointed in Starfield?
I wasn't. Wait, no, man, you're not listening though, because we're not saying we're not that disappointed. We were just making a point that we kind of said that Starfield, like they're putting too much attention towards it, that their company's kind of going down a little bit.
Yeah, they were hype. What we were saying, Aaron, is that they were hyping up the game so much that it was raising everybody's expectations for it. So by the time it came out, it was like Daniel said, it was a success. But because of everyone's expectations were so high, it didn't live up to that, to that bar, if that makes sense.
I got you. I mean, I understand.
And then another thing, how many fucking first parties do they have?
They're all going to.
And then another thing, they decided to buy fucking Activision around this fucking time. Like, how smart was that?
Yeah,
that was in the long run though.
It will help them in the long run in a way.
They're like, they can literally say they're the biggest publisher on Sony, on PlayStation, and Nintendo. That's
true.
They can say it, Patrick.
They can say it, but are they really
though? Not only that, I mean, if you want to be honest, his game plan, Phil Spencer's game plan, it does technically print money. I mean, there's no purpose in keeping your games on your console, really. Why do that when you can make more money putting them on everything? Like Sony is now Tony's now talking about doing day and date with their exclusives on PC. That just makes the more money. Why would you hamstring yourself doing that? Why would you
I get it.
Like it just makes more money. Like Game Pass, like that's just, I mean, we don't like it. I mean, I don't know if any of y'all have. I'm thinking for you. I don't know if y'all have Game Pass, but like
I had Game Pass back then when I had my PC. Yeah.
That's a success for them. Like it peaked at like I think 35 million subscribers, which is that may seem low, but that's pretty good for a damn. It's more than the actual console install base. That's pretty good. So
Yeah.
they have
Like,
a lot.
Like I'm not shitting on Xbox. I'm not shitting on Microsoft. They got their thing. They're doing their thing. I'm pretty sure they got a fucking plan. But it's just like the facts that's right in front of you. Like they're literally going like this.
They are.
Well, so all over the place.
Well, that's not. So they're not ready for a new console, basically.
No, that's what that was what I said in the beginning. They're not ready.
Now they're not ready. This is what I got to say. It's like, okay, but maybe because they have so much setbacks with, obviously their games, everything, obviously everything they've been dealing with for the last couple of months. Games have been flopping. They're actually losing money at this point. Microsoft is always going to regain that money back somehow. But I just feel like that maybe they probably need to come out with a new console, and within that new console, they can probably bring out some actual games to come with that. I mean, obviously the biggest,
that would be nice.
Yes. That's what I'm saying. If they can focus up on go back to the roots on what they used to do. That's the problem, is that I don't know where along the lines when they started to just make it more about the business and not about the games. That's why Sony is being successful. They are the top dogs when it comes to, because it's always about their games. Now, if they can actually focus, if they could just focus up on that, if they release this new console, hopefully it would just restart everything for them. And I'm hoping if that's the plan.
Easier said than done.
I know.
The Xbox One cost them a lot.
I know.
Listen, I would know that Xbox has done their part and, done what they were supposed to, and they're at that peak, is when they come out with a system and or game that makes me want to buy this fucking system.
Yes.
I mean,
that's what it is. But that's what it is. It's not even just about the refresh rate, the nice buttons on it. It can have AI integrated somehow into the system.
Xbox has the best fucking controller out of controllers.
Yes. I give it
the
that.
feel of an Xbox controller is the shit.
Well, and it's easy to connect to the PC. Like there's
PlayStation
you don't have
has
to
the
download
haptic feedback shit. I get it. Yeah, that's cool. But Xbox has the most comfortable fucking controller that I've ever
especially
held
the
in my
Elite
hand.
controller. That shit looks hot. Like
it's dope, dude.
It does. I was going to buy it this week,
actually. Xbox controllers are definitely like peak is when compared to Sony.
Oh yeah.
Like I've like they've had like good controllers, but like it's just the comfortability is just there for Xbox.
The comfortability is there.
So
on that point that you were saying though, Nick, like that's actually a good point that I didn't even realize, like, because I stopped paying attention to it once I stopped with consoles.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't even realize that they stopped doing the whole, like, when they came out with a new system, they had a brand new game that went with it. Because that was just like that was a huge thing. Like brand new system, brand new game to go with it. You know what I mean? And then after a while, they just stopped doing it.
And
I feel like killed it in a sense.
And I get it that, a lot of their games are just pushed onto PC, but make it exclusively to that console so that way people can actually draw more to that. If it's a good game and it's a new console being brought out, it's just like that's a good way to draw more people to buy your product.
Nick, you say that, Nick. Let's see, here's the problem that Sony's also having. The reason their games start to come to PC now, because it being on their console alone isn't bringing in the money. So I mean, I get what y'all saying, but it's like unless you're Nintendo, even with Nintendo's games.
Well, yeah,
they don't have that big of a budget.
I was gonna ask that too. Like, how come Nintendo's not doing it then?
Look, because one, I mean, you want to hear my actual thoughts on that? It's going to be kind of mean and asshole-ish.
Bro, nobody's new here, bro. Come on.
I know. I'm just saying. I mean, so one, this Nintendo fanboys, like I said before earlier, they will buy a cardboard box that had Mario on it. That's just the fact. I'm quoting somebody too on that. But two, they know that they built the Switch alone. The Switch doesn't cost that much to make. Like honestly, the Switch probably costs like about $100 to actually make, and they sell it to you for $300. They're making a profit off of that. So they're in the position where they're like, you're going to buy all accounts for our games, like regardless, when you man, we're gonna put it anywhere else because most times if you own a Nintendo console, you're only buying certain Nintendo games. Like Mario sells amazingly well, Mario Kart sells amazingly well, Pokemon sells amazingly well. Those things sell like in the 35 to like 50 million copies.
So you're saying their exclusives makes enough to where they don't really need to share their
They aren't big budget.
Yeah.
They don't got big budgets. They
never put
look
their
at Pokemon.
exclusives on
Pokemon
sale,
don't got a big budget. They don't got that too. Pokemon don't got a big budget. There's no big budget, so they can recoup their cost a lot more efficiently and faster than Sony and Microsoft could. I mean, think of the budget for Spider-Man. Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man 2 probably had
Here we go.
$500 million budget.
Shit.
No, but it did, right? And it sold like 5 million copies, which is cool. I'm betting that doesn't recoup the cost of making that game quite as much as like, let's say Mario Kart. How much do they think Mario Kart probably cost to make? Let's be real, probably not that much, right?
Probably
but it sold 50 million copies. They made their money back and they funded the next 3 Mario Karts with that money.
They're smart. That is smart. That's smart. That is smart.
No, but that's just smart.
That's smart. That is smart.